are you on the budget? Any updates on that?
The budget? We haven't closed conference yet. They've almost completed their work. There's a fair distance between our Republican brethren and where we are, in fact, where the governor is. And so we're going to, our staff now is continuing to work. They'll work over the weekend. And then we'll get back. The chair of the conference committee is in the Assembly this year, so the Speaker has the responsibility, the burden to call Big Fours, and we'll have one next week and take our temperature. We're all mindful of the fact of the date. In fact, it's now officially summer at 11:06. By the way, anybody here, I know a couple of you want to meet Mr. Mibb. He'll be here on Friday.
By the way, just to respond to that, the Senate process, there is a growing distance between us and the Republicans on the budget. We're going to work very hard to try to get it done. I mean, we've decided not to shut down the conference committee so as to allow for greater participation from the Republican leadership in that final product. And that's one of the reasons why we, in fact, haven't shut down the conference committee. But you should know that, and maybe it's a question better put before the Republican leadership, we're going to try to work this out as much as we can, but know that some of the things that are on the table are so unrealistic that, our point of reference is the governor's May revision. Their point of reference is the governor's May revision minus a couple $2 billion. So there's clearly a gap there that we're going to have to.
Is that true, sir? Because Mr. Valline said the other day that he was willing to accept a budget that in dollar amount was where the governor was in May.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said that.
Maybe he misspoke or the things have changed. That's a good question to ask Mr. Valline.
Okay, one more here.
I'll ask him myself the next time I see him.
What do you think of Governor's declaration that Latinos should stop listening to Spanish?
The governor is the first. I told people before, man, it didn't get anywhere because unless I say something negative, it doesn't show up.
No.
Really? Okay. Are you put up? But let me just tell you. I mean, here it is. He's a first generation immigrant. I have, in my own family, where most of my cousins and my aunts and uncles are all first generation immigrants. I would say about a third of them agree with Governor Schwarzenegger. And first generation immigrants, when they come here, they either want you to speak your language and they keep you real close to your customs, or they want you to totally assimilate because they don't want anyone to discriminate against you. And Governor Schwarzenegger, I think, is simply expressing as a first generation immigrant a belief that is prevalent among first generation immigrants. It's the truth. I mean, I have cousins who brought their kids over from Mexico, and they demand that those kids don't speak Spanish when they're at home. They force them to not watch Spanish television, and they give them American names. I have a good friend who that happened to. His mother, his name is Kevin De Leon. He's a member of the Assembly. Mother named him Kevin, wanted him to speak in English at his house. She only spoke English to him. So, I mean, I think some people are reading into this a little bit too much. I love watching Spanish television because I'm reading Spanish a lot, but I mainly do it also because I love, the coverage of soccer and the sports. But other than that,
I thought Kevin De Leon was Irish, no?
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your time.
Very real quick.